Can he withstand the pain? Oh, a 2 on Dusty now, as he's caught in the figure 4.
And Flair now putting all of the pressure he can on that leg and on that knee.
Can he stand it? Can he turn him?
He's trying to turn
him.
him.
Hey, look at Baby Doll.
World Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
All right, Tony, the fans just saw a small portion of Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, and Baby Doll.
Baby Doll was reaching in right there, and that is just the tip of the iceberg because, David, Baby Doll is now with Ric Flair, the world champion.
And we're going to have more about that later. Listen, fans, we have new World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express.
They are the new World Tag Team Champions, David. And how about the professional wrestling capital of the world, the Omni in Atlanta? It is on fire.
That's right, it is on fire with Dusty Rhodes, Jim Cornette, and Big Bubba.
Hey, and I'm going to tell you something else that's going to be on fire. A lot of things going on. The Omni in Atlanta, Dusty Rhodes, it's signed. Steel cage match with my man Big Bubba. No way in and no way out, and there's no way out for you. A new World Tag Team Champions is a fluke. It's a disgrace. It's the worst miscarriage of justice ever. And we are going to look at that, Tony and David, later on. And I'm going to tell you what really happened.
That's exactly
right.
right.
What about the new United States Heavyweight Champion? What about that if you want to talk about a title change?
There's a new U.S. Heavyweight Champion. It is Nikita Koloff. He defeated Magnum TA in that best-of-7 series for that title. A lot of action here today.
And we're going to get into all of it.
Let's go to the ring. Say those
Who
belts.
do you think you are, Jackie Gleason? What's your problem today?
I must say those belts really look good around the waist of Robert and Ricky. Don't you think
our belts really look good around their waist. It's the only thing they've got that looks good on their entire bodies. And let me tell you something, they ain't going to have that for too long, because if they think they've seen their worst days at the hands of the Midnight Express, they're sadly mistaken. It was a fluke.
Good double drop kick.
It was nothing but a miscarriage of justice.
Just the Rock and Roll, put them down for the pin. And your winners, the World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express.
And we're at ringside with Robert and Ricky. You once said as soon as they put their name on the dotted line, you would get those titles back, and you were right.
That's right, Tony. The Midnight Express, the Dodgers, Rock and Roll Express for 6 months, but finally they did put his name on the dotted line. And Jimmy Cornette, you see right here, baby, we are the new NWA World Tag Team Champions, baby.
Jim Cornette's pretty upset down here.
That's right, Tony. You know, we told Cornette time and time again that 202, that we could beat this Midnight Express anytime, in any place. You see, Jimmy Cornette, we didn't give you a chance to use that tennis racket, brother, because we kept an eye on you all night. And when that match was over, you see, we are the new World Tag Team Champions. But then again, Tony, you got to put it down. You got America's team, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, the Andersons. They're all coming after these belts right here. But, brother, we plan on keeping them for a long time. Right here, I'm talking about rocking in the USA, the Rock and Roll Express, and all you nice people. And out here, too, baby, they belong to you, and that's too. Woo!
That's it, Tony.
The Rock and Roll Express. We're coming right back.
Well, we're back, and Tony, we talked about having a new United States Heavyweight Champion. Tell them all about it, huh?
Charlotte Coliseum, a sold-out Coliseum. Nikita Koloff becomes a U.S. Heavyweight Champion with a win over Magnum TA as the best-of-7 went all the way to the very end. Let's take a look at that great match.
Now he's giving it his all. He's going right after him. He wants to end this thing right now. High kick.
Wait, Crusher, wait again. Crusher's in there.
There's Crusher right at your screen.
He got it. He sucked it in.
Somebody count it.
1, 2, 3. Come on.
Somebody count it.
Come on. Count them in. Magnum.
Now Magnum's got to get down with Crusher.
Magnum's got it. Nikita's after the chain. He's got that chain. He's wrapping it around. He got him. He got Magnum with the chain.
Right on the top of the head.
He got me. Tommy, he got him with the chain. No, he didn't. Can't be. Tommy, no. Tommy. He got him with the chain. What do you mean it's
There it is, David. Nikita Koloff.
And I'm here with the Russians celebrating Nikita's victory as the new United States Heavyweight Champion.
And the whole world now see how Magnum TA, how he lose all control. He jump out, attack Uncle Lyman. Then Crusher Khrushchev, he come down just to help Uncle Lyman to Dusty Rhodes. And Magnum TA attack him. But he forget about Nikita and what happened. Nikita, you as a champion. Magnum TA, take a good, hard look. This is the last time you're going to see. Magnum TA, your history. Now Nikita look for more competition. Like these around Garvin, these are head of stone. Maybe he's going to try Nikita in Atlanta. I'm so very proud of nephew Nikita. I told you that nobody tells nephew Nikita what to do. Nobody dictates to nephew. No, nephew Nikita. For him, there is no law. There is no rules. Even the officials, the referees, are intimidated by him. But now that he is United States Heavyweight Champion. Magnum TA, I got to wear this towel around my neck to keep it from bending because you pile-drive me on the concrete. I will never forget the pain that I felt at that moment. And I am going to get revenge against you. Maybe it'll be in the form of my nephew or Crusher, but you will pay. Yes, there's going to be a lot of competition coming against nephew Nikita. People like Wahoo McDaniel. This Ron Garvin has already signed contract in the Omni Sunday afternoon. That's right, tomorrow, you people come and see the Hands of Stone go down because nephew Nikita is #1, the greatest athlete in America. United States Heavyweight Champion, my nephew Nikita. And Dusty Rhodes, if you think for a minute, Crusher, you tell that.
I suppose you're going to use that leg of yours for an excuse. But we came out here and told you, and all the people, that Nikita Koloff is going to be the U.S. champion. And he is. So you get together with the Road Warriors, and you give us a title shot, and we'll be the world's 6-man champions.
Let's go to the ring.
In the ring, Clement Fields, Paul Garner, Bill Tab against the National Heavyweight Champion, Tully Blanchard.
And you heard, David, you heard the Russians talking about big matches coming up. And like you said, the wrestling capital of the world, the Omni in Atlanta, in about a week or so. And Dusty Rhodes may meet his Waterloo there that same afternoon.
We're going to see about that.
Right now, Ole and Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, 3 of the 4 horsemen, missing only the world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, and James J. Dillon down there in the corner supervising the action is Paul Garner. And what's this guy's name in the corner, huh? Clement Fields.
That's correct.
He sounds, well, I might not better say that, but Bill Tab moves over and makes a tag to Clement Fields. So we'll see just exactly how talented Clement Fields is.
Tony, if you notice one thing that Nikita Koloff forgot when he talked about the win over Magnum TA was the use of that chain.
That's right. David, I was at ringside. You were at ringside. It was a chain.
So, a lot of people were at ringside. The place was sold out.
That's right. It was the chain wrapped around the arm actually on top of the head of Magnum TA. That sickle, Magnum looked up.
All I saw was
just went right out.
Magnum TA went psychotic. He attacked Uncle Ivan, then he attacked Crusher when he should have been wrestling Nikita because he can't handle Nikita by himself, much less trying to take on the other two Russians. As a result, Nikita came up, gave him the sickle, a nice plain ordinary sickle, nothing strange about it, and that was the win for the United States Heavyweight Championship. And right now, you see Ole Anderson doing the things that only Ole Anderson can do. Runs him into the knee and makes the tag on Arn. And right now, Clement Field's in a world of trouble over there in the corner of the Horsemen, and that's a bad place to be.
Double A, Arn Anderson kicks him right in the head. Now both men, the Minnesota Wrecking Crew.
Looks like Clement Fields is getting real used to shoe leather right there if he hadn't already been used to it.
Kelly comes up, drops down on him. Kelly takes his time now. Knee right in the midsection.
And you see, of course, David, I don't believe you've noticed over there in James J. Dillon's hand in the corner, if the cameramen are awake, they might can get a shot of him carrying a roll of ordinary athletic tape, something you find around the house, just carrying in his hand just in case he might need it for anything. Tape up one of his men's injuries should they occur. That's all.
Ole now takes the arm.
Look at the quick tags. First Ole, then Arn, then Tully in the corner, working on the same man, working on the same part of his body. Clement Fields has not seen the light of day and may not see the rest of the day because that was a gourd buster right there.
And that's going to be it. 3 of the 4 Horsemen win once again. The Andersons and Tully Blanchard.
All right, Tony, the situation started 10 months ago, the talk of the town.
Dusty Rhodes and Baby Doll.
That's right. They were such a great couple. She helped him in every way. She was his moral support. She did everything for him.
Going to the ring with Dusty Rhodes. If you'll recall, Dusty Rhodes became the World Heavyweight Champion. We went to Kansas City and saw that great match where Dusty defended the title against Ric Flair. And then the St. Louis, where Nature Boy Ric Flair became the heavyweight champion of the world once again. The rematch was scheduled for the Charlotte Coliseum, a capacity crowd, sold-out crowd, and everybody watched in shock. Watch along with us what happens.
Rhodes heading in the corner and up on the ropes, just biting at Flair. Driving the right hand now, hard to the head. Flair almost on the ballpark. Into the corner. He almost went flying way over the ropes again. And Dusty getting ready to suplex, baby. Suplexes him in. And the champion again got a shoulder up, but he's dazed on the mat. Advantage definitely now to the American Dream. We said earlier in the match he was ready for this one, and he's sure showing it. And I think right now that Dusty Rhodes has visions of himself being 4-time world champion as he clotheslines Flair. Clothesline! Flair down, this could be it! Dusty doesn't understand what happened. Nobody knows. Baby doll, what was that? Why would she do that? I can't believe that. Now Flair into that knee. Baby doll grabbed the foot of Ric Flair and put he was going to be counted out 3 there for sure. Baby, I understand. It was a sure win for Dusty Rhodes right there, Johnny. Well, I'll tell you, both Flair. Look at Flair. He looking at Baby doll. He don't understand. Flair don't understand. He doesn't know what was going on. Dusty don't understand, but Flair is still going to take advantage of it. Again, he takes that foot, puts it across the rope, all the way down onto the knee of Dusty Rhodes. Johnny, nobody can figure out what happened with Baby doll. Here's the figure 4. Now here's Flair. Flair with the figure 4. I know he didn't understand with that look that he gave Baby doll, but he'll sure take advantage of it. And he's got the American Dream in bad shape right now. Can he withstand the pain? Oh, a 2-on figure four.
And Flair now putting all of the pressure he can on that leg and on that knee.
Can he stand it? Can he turn him?
He's trying to turn him.
Hey, look at Baby Doll again!
Baby Doll went over and threw him back over.
Baby Doll again! And now Flair reverses it.
Look at
Oh, no, Dusty, what?
Dusty saying, what in the world?
Oh, he cut that leg out.
From behind the leg.
He cut the leg out like he did at St. Louis.
I can't believe what Baby Doll has done.
She gave Flair the leverage of that position. Out goes the referee. Out goes the referee. Flair backing up. The referee goes out.
Flair into the corner.
Again
Rhodes
in the
with a
knee.
right. Every time Dusty Rhodes really has him in trouble, he goes to that knee.
Oh, clothesline again. And down goes Flair.
Johnny, Baby Doll is walking around the ring. She's got a chair in her hand. The crowd are all now hollering, where's the referee? He's still out. Dusty Rhodes is looking around.
Baby Doll
Is looking for him.
Look out,
No,
look
wait a
out.
minute. No, she missed. Dusty Rhodes has got their chair. Baby Doll went after Dusty with a chair. What in the world has happened to Baby Doll?
Well,
And now onto the knee. With that chair, he keeps just driving it into the knee of Ric Flair and into the leg. Flair caught into the ropes. And there's the bell. The referee says ring the bell as he gets back into the ring. Tommy Young. Disqualified. Dusty Rhodes is disqualified. Here comes Tommy Blanchard. He gets Dusty from behind. Now he's got that chair and again on the leg.
that's Blanchard. That's Blanchard again.
He's doing
He's doing it again. Like before.
just what he did before in the ring. Here comes Tully.
The rock and roll.
We got mayhem in the ring.
We got mayhem in there. We got confusion outside. Look where Baby Doll is. Look where Baby Doll is.
With Tully Blanchard and with Ric Flair.
And she's leaving with him.
Arm in arm, leaving the arena. Unbelievable.
Look where Baby Doll is, like he said, with Tully Blanchard and Ric Flair. Why? The only way to find out, Tony, is to talk to them.
And let's go to the first interview with Nature Boy Ric Flair, the world champion, and Baby Doll.
There's the world champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. Baby Doll, Baby Doll, we just saw it. I'm stunned. I still don't believe it. Rick, I'm at a loss for words about that.
The world might not believe it, but we all knew that it was coming. It was inevitable. It was a fact of life that sooner or later, the blonde bomber and the blonde bombshell would walk that aisle together. You see, when you talk about living a lifestyle of the rich and famous, and we all know that the doll likes nice cars and pretty clothes, that she styles and profiles, that who better could she be walking with than the Four Horsemen? The world champion, the national TV champion, the world TV champion. I'm talking about Blanchard, Flair, and the Andersons. Doll, tell them how it is.
Oh, that's right. You know, there's nothing like the style of the rich and famous, because if you're a champion, you've got money. If you're not a champion, you're absolutely nothing. And I'm not a nothing. I'm a champion just like with the rest of you.
Let me tell you about Connell. It's no secret that the doll has always wanted to do what? Tell him, doll.
Oh, you bet. Ride Space Mountain.
All right. Now, we're going to ride Space Mountain right out of Charlotte Coliseum. And Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA, the doll's not going to have to lay there at night thinking about something to say to you guys that was never true. You see, Magnum, she never liked that skinny little neck of yours or those skinny little arms. She always liked a real man. And now it's the Four Horsemen, and one mare.
And ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, diamonds are forever, and so is Baby Doll. All right. Woo!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Magnum TA against Art Pritz. Tony, Jim Cornette lit a fire in this man's eye.
Yeah, he better have some fire, because if he doesn't watch out, he's going to be totally out of the title picture. As a matter of fact, he was beaten. He lost that United States title series, and now he better go back on television. He better get some wins. He better improve his record.
Belly to belly, hard down on that. He's got it.
Amen.
He is on a roll now.
And we're with Precious Paul Ellering, manager of the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
Tony Schiavone, where'd Jim Cornette go? He never has trouble thinking of anything to say because he draws upon his vast store of ignorance. Jimmy Cornette, we haven't forgot about you. You've lost the titles, but the Legion of Doom was breathing down your back. Now, Tony Schiavone, we travel the world over. We're looking forward to coming home. I call it coming home to Minneapolis, Minnesota, my hometown. The Legion of Doom is going to walk the aisle, like Rick says, but they ain't going to be applauding Ric Flair. They're going to be cheering the Legion of Doom like they've always done in the past. We're also coming to Green Bay, Wisconsin, and L.A., the Forum, this week. Tony, life goes on, the Legion of Doom goes on. We talk about things that have happened to us in the past, and what happens in the future we don't know about. But we do know one thing. What has happened is something that we can affect right now. So 4 Horsemen, you're the team we're coming after. Russians, we haven't forgotten about you. And Jimmy Cornette, we're on your tail too.
And let's go back to the ring.
Well, you see the Road Warriors making their typical rude entrance into the ring. Don't have any idea of sportsmanship, no idea of fair play, and no idea of ever beating the Midnight Express. That's what they've got no idea of. They don't know how. They don't know how to begin.
Over his head. These guys are ready.
Now, wait a minute. I want to get a ruling. Can you tag a guy by touching him on the chest?
Yeah, you can tag a guy in many ways.
Who are you? What are you? The author of the rule book?
Look at animal.
Tony Schiavone don't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch.
Scoop. What an elbow. Puts it right through him.
Well, obviously, you know what's happened. Precious Paul Ellering has got these guys fired up because they know the Midnight Express for the moment aren't the World Tag Team Champions, so they know now maybe there's some champions that they can beat because they couldn't beat the Midnight Express. Maybe they can take the rock and roll. Well, take the rock and roll. It's only a matter of time before we do. That's what he's got them all fired up about. Now he knows they got a shot at it. They still haven't got a chance of beating the Midnight Express. They may be awesome against Kent Butler and Lee Pete, but that's not the whole story, David.
Puts it down for the pin.
We have been totally shocked by what we have seen here today on TV, but no one is shocked more than the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
You know, Tony, there's a very, very most unusual situation going on. The things that happened to Dusty Rhodes in the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, has been ultimate in my lifetime of misery. Baby Doll is a common Jezebel from off the street. For 10 months, I picked her up, carried her around, took her all over the world, took her from Tully Blanchard. Now running around saying, I want to ride Space Mountain. Let me tell you something, doll. It reminds me of a little thing when you called me up and say, hey, Dutch, is that your horse outside? I said, no, man. And you're too fat to ride. That's what it's all about. I got people all over this country talking about Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and my move. Well, that's fine. Let this go down in history. Tully Blanchard, Howard Anderson, Old Anderson, Ric Flair, J.J. Dilla, 4 Horsemen, your time's coming. And Big Bubba, let me tell you what, Big Bubba, they gonna find your clothes strung all over the arena, and you gonna be in most of them, Jack.
Fans, don't go away. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are. The team that's crippled more men than arthritis and polio. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
Tony, look at them Express. Loverboy Dennis and beautiful Bobby. Talk about being motivated.
Boy, look at Cornette.
His nose, Tony! I thumped his nose!
You thumped his nose. Well, I guess he's had a great week then. Boy, are they in a fit of rage since losing the World Tag Team titles. Can you tell that?
Oh, you definitely can. Look at Dennis. Look at him rubbing the face in that corner mat.
Now, we're talking about 6 or 7 months we have seen these two guys as the top tag team in the world on TV. Now they're not, and look at them.
They're destroying these guys. Bobby goes up. Don't even bother taking their jackets off. He gets ready. Drives a knee right into the chest.
Total destruction of the Monkeys here.
Right now, he has got them primed, ready for anybody and everybody. Dennis and Bobby. These two guys, the Monkeys, are at the mercy of the Midnight Express. Look at him now.
Oh boy. Unloading.
Hey, and if I were Cornette, I would be happy.
You would?
With a team like that right now, the way he's got them primed.
And your bodyguard right beside you wherever you go. You don't see Big Bubba right there. He is, left of your screen. Watching over you all the time. Look at him. Not really paying attention to the match, but watching the back of Cornette at all times.
Now Bobby. Destroying that on the floor. And he hits hard.
Bill Mulkey hit very hard that time. There's Bubba.
Bobby goes up again. This man's the best. It comes to the top rope. Look at him, nice taking his space, rubbing it into the mat. Goes over, puts him in a sugar. Not even trying to pin him.
No, and they can at any time. Uh-oh. Power slam.
And here comes Bobby again with the help of Dennis. No, there.
That's it, David. Now there's Randy.
They're not finished with him yet.
Boy,
they throw
oh
him
boy.
out on that floor.
Randy Mulkey down on the floor. Cornette. Oh, he pushed. push Cornette down.
Here comes Big Bubba. Look
Big
at it.
Bubba's in a rage.
What's he gonna do? Look at Cornette. He's ecstatic. Oh. Picked him up. Just drags him over like a side of beef. What's he gonna do now? Where is it? He's up on that second rope. Comes off. Oh.
Not much left of Randy Monkey, I can tell you that. Nikita Koloff is the new U.S. heavyweight champion. That will not stop the determination of this man to get the title
But
back.
Tony, right now, he's still in the ring. We saw what Big Bubba did. He scooped him up, and he took that shoulder and drove it right through the young man. Trying to get him out.
Okay.
If we can.
Taking him off. Once again, Big Bubba.
Look at that.
Right down. Right on the back of the... All of his weight, obviously...
He drove that shoulder right through him.
Right through the ribs of Randy Mulkey. Okay. Now we're with Magnum TA. Nikita Koloff is the U.S. heavyweight champion, but that will not stop the determination of this man to get the title back.
Well, Tony Schiavone, I'm a realist. I believe you got to deal with the situation at hand. Now, Nikita Koloff made good his threat that he made to the whole wrestling world, he made to me. Like it or not, the fact is he is recognized by the National Wrestling Alliance as the United States heavyweight champion. Now, we can all look at the films and we can talk about, well, if this didn't happen, if that didn't happen. Well, it did happen. I knew what I was walking into when I signed those contracts. Now, Nikita Koloff, I become the man on your trail. You've got the championship belt. And if you feel deep down in your heart that you really are a superior athlete, then you and I'll have no problems meeting each other again. Because now I've got newfound determination. I'm not embarrassed about anything because I'm a man that stands up for what he believes in, and I do things by myself when it comes to singles titles, something you know nothing about. So now the United States Heavyweight Championship around a Russian's waist. Well, Magnum TA is the main man you better be thinking about. You can talk about everybody else, but you better think about me night after night, day in, day out. Because I'm coming after you to get the U.S. heavyweight title back, no matter what it takes. It's all history to you, maybe. To me, it's fresh right now.
Let's go to the ring.
All right, in the ring, Chief Wahoo McDaniels against Randy Barber.
Silence over the studios as to what happened to Randy Mulkey. Silence from everybody except for this man coming in here to my right. But I want to say that Wahoo McDaniel, you can better believe, is hot on the trail for a lot of titles. Ric Flair's world title, Nikita Koloff's U.S. title, and even Tully Blanchard's national heavyweight title. He has said on many occasions that he would love a shot at that national heavyweight title held by Tully Blanchard.
You know what I would love? I would love for you now to admit once and for all that Big Bubba is the baddest man in the world. Randy Mulkey, Mulkey Mania, is dead and buried. And Big Bubba buried him right in the middle of that ring, and that's what's going to happen to Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes seals his fate by not apologizing to Bubba for all the things he tried to do to me, because Big Bubba attacks anybody that lays their hands on me.
All right, your winner there, Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
Yeah, we've seen what Big Bubba's done, but let's talk about the new World Tag Team Champions.
That's another
the
subject
Rock and Roll Express.
Very close to my heart. We got a VTR of exactly what happened, and I want everybody all over the country to see it, just so they will see that I'm right all along. Right here, you see it, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Bobby Eaton comes down off the top rope, and that right there was a devastating elbow, probably a ruptured, maybe a cracked sternum on Robert Gibson. These guys were beaten for 30 solid minutes. This match went on, and we kicked their brains out the entire time. They took the worst beating that anybody has ever suffered since they've been in professional wrestling. They never saw the light of day. We literally beat them into the ground for 30 solid minutes, just as we have ever since we won the titles from them. You asked the Rock and Roll Express how many times they got beat up at the hands of the Midnight Express, how many times we gave them title matches and they couldn't get the belts back. Then you go to America's team. You asked Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA, did the Midnight Express get in there and give them a title shot? Yes, not once, but a couple of dozen times. You go and ask the Road Warriors, did they get a title shot? Yes, they did, not once, but several times. And nobody for 6.5 months could take the World Tag Team Championship away from the Midnight Express. By hook or by crook, we got in the ring with the best teams in professional wrestling, and none of them took the belts off the Midnight Express. And now you see the one offensive move that Ricky Morton had throughout the entire match. Just at 30 minutes in, we have beat their stinking brains out of those two goofy punks for the entire time. And now you see right there, Robert Gibson coming in illegally, trying to attack my man, Beautiful Bobby. Loverboy Dennis has Ricky Morton in command there, and Bobby just comes down with the coup de grace right across the back of Ricky Morton's head. And that was about the umpteenth time in that match that we had him pinned, and the referee was too slow or too stupid. And there you see Robert Gibson comes in and stops the certain 3 count. We had him down for a count of 3, and Robert Gibson came in and stopped the certain 3 count. And now you see Ricky Morton on the outside of the ring. My men are taking care of Robert Gibson, and if you will also notice, Beautiful Bobby is the legal man in the ring at this time. And what happened
a minute ago.
What happened? He is now, and what happens? The referee turns around, and the only quick count that he makes all night is for the Rock and Roll Express. Ricky Morton pinned the illegal man after Robert Gibson stopped a certain pin by my men, which was one of umpteen we had that night. We beat him up for 30 minutes at Rock and Roll Express. We are going to come back after you. We will take those World Tag Team titles. You have not seen the last of the Midnight Express. We are still the greatest team in professional wrestling history. Always have been, always will be, and we will.
Champions.
We will be before too long, Tony Schiavone, because Rock and Roll Express, we got some dire things planned for you, just like we do for Dusty Rhodes. Shut up.
We're coming right back.
And Tony, we're back, and now you see Ron Garvin, the man with the hands of stone, the max headroom of professional wrestling, and he's fixing to catch a wave of George South right here in this match. And pardon me for sweating, pardon me for being so upset, pardon me for talking like I did in the previous segment, but I'm so upset about the loss of the World Tag Team title. Mother was upset as well, and I had to do some explaining, Tony Schiavone, to make her realize it was a crooked referee, to make it realize it was a fluke decision. Do you realize, just ask Robert Gibson how many matches he missed after that title match because he was beat up so bad that he couldn't wrestle. You just ask him, and if he's got any guts, he'll tell you the truth. And right now, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. We're going to get the titles back. Ronnie Garvin and George South having a barn burner. And David, Tony, George South looks like he's on the bad end of it right now, but he's a good young athlete. I got a lot of confidence in George South.
You know he's on the bad end of it.
You know, when Nikita Koloff became U.S. champion, one of the first men to put their name on the line to go after Nikita Koloff was Ron Garvin.
Well, that just shows that he's got even littler sense than I gave him credit for.
Watch the hands of stone.
I don't care what kind of sadist this guy is, to get in the ring with a man like Nikita Koloff, who has no compassion as well. Sure, they're going to butt heads, and sure, it's going to be a heck of a fight, but in the end, I think Nikita Koloff's going to come out on the better end of that.
You think Ron Garvin has any compassion? When he gets in that ring, he is all business. He can fight you, he can wrestle, he can box, then...
From what I've seen of Ronnie Garvin, I feel sorry for this man's family. Because he's got a problem with society. And that right there, the knockout punch, an illegal blow by Ronnie Garvin, and a win over a promising George South.
And a man looking for the NWA World Heavyweight title, and a shot at Ric Flair, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch.
You know, Tony, thank you very much. You know, I heard Ric Flair and I heard Baby Doll's interview standing out here a little bit earlier, and I was in sold-out Charlotte Coliseum when I saw what happened to Dusty Rhodes. We know Ric Flair must think that the clothes make the man. Well, clothes don't make a man, because I'm sitting out here and I'm talking for a lot of folks in the United States and the world today that just dress up and going out and work 8 to 5. Where they have to wear their Levi's, where they have to wear their overalls, or if they have to go barefooted during life. That's what makes the man. You know, Baby Doll must think she got the gold mine and we got the shaft. Well, let me tell you something, Baby Doll. It ain't going to be all as pretty as you think it is, because when that bell rings, we all put these trunks on the same way. It's like our old football coach said, you put your trousers on the same way when they get on that field. And when it comes time to wrestling, Ric Flair, there's a lot of people around here that can wrestle your pants off. And Dick Murdoch's one of them. Whether it be in Cleveland, Ohio tonight, the Omni, Los Angeles, Minneapolis, Green Bay, Ric Flair, there's a lot of people gunning for you. But I hope Dick Murdoch gets that call, and I think I've got it in the Omni in a week. Ric Flair, you better bring it all together, because when it comes time, I'm not going to give it 100%. I'm going to give it 110%. Because I don't have no fancy blonde hanging on my arms. I don't have no fancy suits to wear in them fancy cars. I got no pickup truck, and I got an old dog in the back end of it. But I'll guarantee you what, when it comes time to wrestling, Dick Murdoch's one of the finest there is today, Tony.
Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch, Nature Boy Ric Flair, and that figure 4 leg lock, always a dangerous weapon.
Well, hey, he's been world champion a lot of times. Ric Flair's a good athlete, a great champion. He's got a figure 4. I'm sure if he gets it on you, he can beat you. But there's one thing he's going to have to look out for, too. That's old Big Bertha and also the Brain Buster. If I can get my Brain Buster on Ric Flair, that title will change hands. And Rick, he knows it, I know it, and all the people out there watching professional wrestling, they know it.
Okay, Captain Redneck Dick Murdoch with us. A lot of things has happened today on World Championship Wrestling. New World Tag Team Champions, the Rock and Roll Express, U.S. Heavyweight Champion Nikita Koloff defeating Magnum TA in the best of 7. And, of course, we saw what Big Bubba did to Randy Mulkey and claims that he will do to the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. And fans, for David Crockett, for Jim Cornette, all of us, Jim Crockett Promotions, we'll see you next week on the very best in wrestling, the NWA and World Championship Wrestling. See you next week.